Alright, we're back to Chapter 5, Video 12. We're going to carry on and look at this next programmer here called the course list. And if you have a look at it, it's kind of stepping up what we've been currently doing by allowing the user to input something. In this case, it's going to be a text box, and then also we've added a new control here called a date picker. And when we click on add, what we're going to do is take the input and actually put it into a file, a text file in the background. And then what we can do from there is we can do that a number of times. It's sort of like building a little database in a sense. And then from there we can click on lists and then take the information from our text file and we can put it back into another control here called a list box. And finally, the third control here is just take that text box and create a new file or clean it out. So that's kind of the idea behind this course, is by setting up the first sort of principle of using C# and the controls to build a text data file. So to see how that works, here's the actual program, and let me kind of go through what I was planning to do with this one. Let's say we type in a course like CSIS 1175 and we go in here and select a date. So I'll select September, which is Monday 2018, and when I click on add, what the program is supposed to do is it's going to take this information, these two pieces of information, and add it to a text file. So the course added successfully. So what happened in the background is it created a text file, file, and let me just open up that file for you, and it's right. Now the file will be inside of the solution folder, inside the binary, inside the debug, and I called it courses, and it's a .txt. And you'll notice that it's got, well, it rounds it off to 1 kilobyte, but it actually is only 22 bytes in actual size, the content of that file. Now, if I was to open it in Notepad, you can see what we created. I typed in CSIS 1175, I put a comma, and I put in the date. So it's kind of like the beginnings of a data table. Alright, so just to go over that and show that one more time, let's say I open up my program. Let's type in another one here called CSIS 3190, and this class is on a different day. Let's say it's right here. I click add. Again, it took that information and appended it to the text file, so it added, and this message box is just to prompt the user to say that it was done correctly. And of course it cleaned out the old course and it left the date, but it set the focus. And I'll do one more here just to exaggerate this. So let's say it's 1190, and we'll put that on the 6th, then we'll click add. So those three records have been added to that text file, and we can see that by going back in, and we can right click on here, go to properties, and you can see now from 22 we've got 66 characters that are entered into that text file. So if we again open it up, you can see that it's appending these records inside of a TXT file. So that's the main objective of what we're trying to accomplish with this program right here. Now the other thing that we haven't talked about in class is this new control called the date picker. And the date picker is simply a control from the toolbox. So we go to the toolbox and we can go in when we're not debugging and we can add it. So I'll go do that again. And why is that not showing up? Alright, I hadn't clicked on the form, so fix that, go into common, and we go into date picker and just drop it in. And I called that date picker for sake of argument here. You can see here it's called the date picker, the date and time picker actually, because you can modify it and also have a time tool as well. I didn't even change the name of the control because there's only going to be one date time picker in this program, and it's probably fine. I mean, I guess I could have called this the date time picker for course list, but because it's the only one there, I'm not going to do that. Alright, so that's sort of an understanding what the purpose and the logic behind the program is, kind of for adding for the add. And then of course if I was to select the list, it would output the results. Alright, so we'll carry this on in the next video.